One of the ways for you to outstand your world is to become a law to yourself. And the way to do that is to have a strict regimen for growth. You should be so selfish about your growth systems that nothing comes between you and your growth system, not your spouse, not your children, not anything. It is a sacred time frame where you metamorphose and become the person that society wants you to become, the person that your world wants you to become. So the reason why Jesus was that outstanding was because he created time for growth. People that do not have specific time where they set out for regimented growth do not go far. And people hardly are wowed by the results that come out from those people, from their lives. So the starting point to be a wonder to people is that you maintain a regimented growth plan. If it is 9 p.m. to 12 a.m., that is your growth structure. Maintain it. Nobody should call by that time, and you should never be found yourself picking calls by that time. It is hard to do at first, but with time you will begin to see that you are keeping to it day after day. People will give you legitimate reasons why you should break that 3 hours, whatever time frame you put, and attend to them. Do not agree, except it is an emergency, a life and death emergency. Do not agree, because if you do not set out those hours of regimented growth to work on yourself, if you do not do that, the same people that are begging for your hours will soon begin to take you for granted, because it is the you that you are becoming from those hours that they are actually asking after. So when you stop doing what is bringing them to ask questions because you want to attend to them, they will start seeing that you are no longer the person, in quote, that can solve their problem, and they will go elsewhere. People are very selfish, so you must also be selfish with your strategies, most especially in the area of growth. Whatever growth regimen you maintain, keep it with your life, because that is where your value comes from. People grow in value because they set out time to work on themselves. That is how you grow in value. You set out time and say, this time is a law. I must show up at this exact time, and this is when I go off. If you can maintain that for 1 year, you become a law to yourself. You become someone that is knowledgeable, someone that is deep in the area of your call. So the reason why Jesus was so outstanding, the reason why John the Baptist was so outstanding during the time they were on the earth, was because they kept to strict regiment of growth. Jesus, a great while before dawn, will go out to go and pray and intermediate with his Father. Training, that's growth. You can spend maybe an hour, 2, 3 hours there praying, studying two scriptures, meditating. And that was why when he came out in the open, people will marvel and say, what manner of man is this? We have never heard it in this light before. We have never seen it like this before. It was because he was doing things others were not doing. People will always marvel at you when they do not do what you do, because your result to theirs will not be the same. So to maintain a life of uniqueness, different from the sameness in your environment, you must do things everybody is running away from. Learning is painful, so you must be a learner. That's the foundation. For you to be a unique person, you must be a learner. It is painful to accumulate knowledge. It takes a certain level of pain to sit still and read for hours. It is painful to memorize things. It is painful to meditate. Painful to meditate. Meditation is painful. But since very few people do it, those that do it stand out. Jesus speaking to Nicodemus, he said, you are Israel's teacher. How do you not know these things since you are Israel's teacher? You know what that means? You're supposed to know these things. Why don't you know it? Why don't you know it? Jesus was saying that at the level where you are, Nicodemus, there is a kind of ignorance that you should not have at your level. Because position sometimes requires a certain level of wisdom for you to work well in that area. So what am I saying? For you to become distinguished, like Jesus, when they said, where did this man get this wisdom? Having not learned like we did. Why is he so outstanding? For you to become that kind of person, you must be someone that is given to regimented growth. A specific hour, series of hours spent alone, growing in books, in prayers, in study. Jesus answered them. He said, the words I say are not my words, but it is the words the Father gives me, is what I say. Which means he was not receiving the words at that point in time. He was talking to them. He received those words when he was in the secret with the Lord, with God, intermediately with God, with the God of all wisdom. And the wisdom was being pressed into him on all sides. So when he came out, he just downloaded, offloaded what he has already gotten from God. And people marvel and say, we have not heard it in this fashion. It was because he was with God. those who intermingle with God will always have a wisdom ahead of their time. In-depth wisdom that knows no bound is always found in the cabins of the Holy Spirit. If you intermingle with God, you intermingle with the Holy Spirit, you stay with Jesus for hours on end or for a secluded amount of hours, you stay with Him. Not just that you stay with Him, in your area of call, you also inculcate your area of call to that particular segment. You will become a wonder to your world. People will look at you and they will marvel and say, where did you get this learning from? Having not studied like we studied. Because this kind of growth is not about the hours, it's about the staying in the presence of God and making sure God is the center of what you have been sent to do. Where did this man get this wisdom having not studied? Is it not just Joseph's son, the carpenter? Are not his brothers and his sisters with us? Where did he get this wisdom from? That he even does miraculous signs and they took offense at him. They were so angry with Jesus. Why would you have metamorphosed so much that we can't recognize you again? If you maintain a regimented schedule, at a particular hour, you cannot call me, you can't reach me except it's emergency. I will see your call, I won't pick because I am focused on growing. This is what I call the impact hour. These are the times when I impact myself with the heavenlies, with the wisdom that is more ancient than I am. And these things enter into me by reason of meditation. When I come out from that place and I speak, people will know something. You are not speaking your age.